And who was the other dude? Security? Because he was standing by the door like... Oh, okay.
Taboo, sensual touch, erotic, taboo, sensual touch.
Edit the song.
Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me.
Because the show name changed.
Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me.
But I like the song.
Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. Erotic, taboo, sensual touch.
Huh. You should have, exactly, yeah. Because I thought you was going to stay there. Well, he could have sat right there. No, because if he sat there, right. Next time. We ready? Good evening, everyone. Instagrammers, Facebookers, YouTubers. You're listening to the Intimacy Chronicles. I am your host and creator, Queen Jackie. And my diva just arrived on the scene. Right on cue for him to introduce himself. So to to my left.
Mike Checker, this is your boy. What's happening? It's your boy, Big Nate, a.k.a. Dr. Love. What's happening?
All right. And joining us tonight is DJ MB. So he's going to be talking with us tonight about some of his projects that he's working on. And our topic tonight is dating. So it'll be interesting to hear the feedback of the men. I got Sunshine joining us tonight, so I'm sure she's going to have some feedback. And I never introduce the man in charge. So, Nick, you want to, holler at
God damn, I finally get an introduction? It only been like, 5 months?
Don't come for me, damn it.
You got to get 6 months before you get a
son,
run, okay?
Hold on, you missed it, son. Jackie came in this bitch last show.
Here we go.
Had the shades on. She walked straight to her motherfucking chair. Was like, who these motherfuckers at the table?
I didn't know it was another show going on. Sometimes we come in and it be people sitting here, but it's not an actual show.
Right.
Okay? So he gonna give me the signal. He kept looking at me like, it's a show. I'm doing the show. I came and sat
not doing the brothers joint, was it?
No, it wasn't doing the brothers.
Show,
it was on my artist spotlight.
Yeah, I came.
She was the artist, for real.
Exactly.
She came in this bitch like Queen Pen.
She came straight in the door like, I'm Almond.
Oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. So,
damn.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was, y'all. I'm like, Jackie. I had to I gave her the real eye. Look, my eyes were straight as shit, Nate. You know that shit hard to do.
Did you just say the real eye? I'm just saying. So last week I made a statement. I said the good eye. They like to tore my goddamn head off because I said it. But he's the one that said he was cross-eyed. So,
it's the truth, though.
Right, but they damn near tore my head off. So, anyway, let's just go ahead and get the show started. Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
I'm DJ at DJ_MB on IG, if you look that up. But other than that, basically I make music, make beats. I usually basically sample not really heavy in keyboards, but I know how to play a few notes. But basically, like I said, I make beats and I work with a few artists. Nothing really major, but a few local artists, and that's my thing.
So what was tell us about the collaboration with, what's his name? Nick? Not Nick. Norm, like Cheers. Tell us about that collaboration.
That whole situation came about through his cousin. His cousin kept telling me he was going to introduce me to his cousin, so that was one of those things. We never really physically met. Everything is through the internet. So
okay.
I emailed the track to him. I emailed him several tracks, and that was one of the tracks he picked and he rapped on, and he actually, put it out. But we haven't actually sat down and worked on the project, but just testing the waters and seeing what, people's reactions to it. So that's about it. Nothing real concrete, because outside of Norm, I've sent tracks to several different artists, and they may be putting songs together, but it's no projects actually that I know of that's coming out. So until they come out, I really can't speak on it. I just know that they made songs to some of the music that I've sent them.
Okay. And so what's the name of that track?
The track for Norm, You're Boring.
Okay. It's a pretty hot track, and we'll probably play that later on in the show. But it is definitely one to look out for. And so we're going to dive into our topic, which is dating. And I like to hear the men feedback on dating, because you two are single. And I know Mike has a whole lot to say on dating, so I'm just going to let him do his thing. With this being the information technology age, does it make it easier to find that special person, or does it make it harder? What do you think?
From my perspective, are you looking for that special person through social media, first of all? Because if that's how you're looking for them, then that might not be the right way. We don't know what we're getting when we go online. And then if you get into a situation and it may not work, you really don't want your information out online. So you got to watch all of that. All of that has to be a factor. So it's what you're trying to get into.
Okay. And, it's funny because having access to social media, when the shit goes bad, people put your business out in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I know of a situation where someone was dating and it didn't work out. And so the young lady just blasted his ass online, telling all of their personal business. And I'm like, is that what we've come to now? I mean, is it like that now?
I mean, it don't make it right.
It don't make it right. Yeah,
it don't make it right.
Absolutely.
But you just feel fucked up and frustrated at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, you know what? I just thought about something.
You just feel like
I forgot for a second.
You just feel like you fucked up and thrown off for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you do what you gotta do.
So you saying
it ain't intentional.
When people blast you like that, they in their feelings and they don't give a fuck about the next person's feelings because it's about them at that time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Listen. When
petty.
you are in a relationship, you putting your all in all, your 100%.
Are you?
So when you blast somebody, it's not where I was looking for you to fuck up so I can blast you on Facebook or social media. It's that now you done put it like this. You fucked up the golden goose. So now I want to make sure that nobody else who even looking at you want to fuck with you because you have fucked up the golden goose.
So, okay, you said they fucked up the golden goose, but that's your opinion. And I'm going to say that it's always two sides. So if it goes awry, you played a role in that as well. And when you blast the other party, then you open the door up for other people to blast them as well. And if you're planning to get back with that person, you done fucked that up because you stood by while other people bashed them.
What's the name of that track? What's the name of that track, bro?
I'm saying.
What's the name of that track?
I'm just making a statement. I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm saying that's some petty ass shit.
What's the name of that track?
I think it goes to maturity.
Hold on. What is the name of your track? What is the name of the track?
What?
You're boring.
Thank you. Can we play that?
Sticky Buns want to get out the
Because
hot
at
seat.
that point, listen, no, because at that point, like, come on, like you feel disrespected, you feel fucked up, and it's not always two sides when that shit go down. It's not always two sides. In my situation, it wasn't two sides; it was one side.
That sound like feelings.
You know what? It sound like feelings.
It sound like feelings.
Well,
because
you can
there's
say
always. I think sometimes when things happen, and you know, made him drop his damn phone.
It gets like that sometimes.
I already see what kind of show it's gonna be
It gets
up
like that
ahead
sometimes.
tonight. But I'm gonna say sometimes you see signs that lead to something. And if you don't catch it, it's just like him and I had a conversation, and I said, sometimes, man, you gotta get out in front of that shit before it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
boy.
mean?
Throw
Because if
yourself
you
way
don't,
up under the bus.
you really do. You know, I always, y'all know I use my dad as a reference a lot because what I learned from him is sometimes you gotta blow your own shit up in order to get change, or in order to avoid something bigger from coming down the line. And that's what I told him. Like, you just have to blow your own shit up and get out in front of it sometimes before it gets to that level where you feel like you have to bash somebody on social media, because I think it should never come to that. But people express their feelings in different ways, especially when they are hurt. Doesn't make it right. No, but we're older and we should learn how to better express ourselves. That's my take on it. But what the fuck do I know? So don't look to the left, because the left not going to help you tonight.
I'm just in mine the shirt.
But I'm just saying we have to get a little better with that. I think that when we're hurting, it doesn't give us the right to hurt the next person. You know, that's my point on it. But back to dating and online. Have you ever tried online dating?
I tried a little bit of all of that shit. And all I can tell you is, ain't no connection.
Ain't
no real connection. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then you're going to have to dig a little deeper than that person. But most of the time, there's no real connection. It's just y'all hooking up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if you're looking for anything more, then you need to put that out there before you hook up. Because that might not be the person that you want to hook up with. You're going to hook up with a stranger that's going to bring you some shit that you ain't ready for. And most people don't think about that. They just think about the right now.
Yeah.
You don't think about that whole connection. You might like that motherfucker after you done got with him. And that's not who the person that you really wanted to get with, but it was just that moment. You like that whole experience. But you keep forgetting it's the internet.
Right.
You ain't the only person that they hollering at.
So, in your opinion, do you think it's kind of impossible to find Mr. or Miss Right?
It's
online?
always possible, but it's what you're looking for. And at the same time, before you throw yourself out there, think about what you're looking for.
Okay.
That way, when you putting it out there, you can sift through, because you don't know. Everybody not looking for a relationship, and that's the part that I realized coming out of being married. I was like, I'm looking for a relationship, and everybody just looking to hook up and then get to know you, and then relationship. I'm like, yo, I'm old. Because we ain't work like that. You know what I mean? And then we did. Once we got the drawers, we sitting there like, oh, this ain't no relationship. This ain't going to ever be no relationship. This is what we doing right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just depends. Yeah, but like I said, you got to talk about it. That way you won't put yourself in something that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, I can dig it. And how about you, Nate? You how with you? Have you tried online dating?
Sure. I've done online dating. I've done chat lines.
God
Done them all.
Okay.
He sound like a
He's
specialist.
Joining us tonight is our expert on online dating, Mr. or Dr. Love.
I've done them all.
Dr. Online Love.
When it comes down, let me tell you, they got the chat lines. So you could find, if you didn't see them too much on TV, you could find the chat line dating sites in the city paper.
Damn.
So
okay,
all
that
hours,
was some new shit for me.
So all hours, no shit, right? So the thing about it is that I would find myself to the point where I would damn near travel all over Baltimore. Like, it had to be like either near a Subway or near a supermarket or whatever where you'll see the stands. And I grab me a paper and I go home and like call different ones. Now, you some sites you would get 30 minutes. Okay. Some sites you get an hour. Those are the ones that you don't abuse. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate
breaking the shit down.
You don't abuse.
He got a motherfucking.
Might as well draw up a manual.
So what I would do is I would go. I got my little pen. I would go down the line.
Damn!
I would go down the line.
Shit here.
Huh?
This is some serious shit.
Some serious shit.
Yeah, man.
So I would go down the line. So they had, let's say, what's one Quest Personals. Okay. So let's say Quest Personals offered you an hour. When they give you an hour, they give you a code. So once you call, you got to type in the code. Okay. So what I would do is I would copy down the number with the code. I would go through all of the paper, all of them.
Damn.
All of them. So now I got 4 or 5. I got 4 or 5.
You know I got theme song for you, right? Huh? You know I got theme song for you. But go finish breaking it down, bro.
So I got 4 or 5 chat lines that I can call. Now, the time to call a chat line is not during the day.
This shit is serious.
The time to call the chat line is not during the day. The time to call the chat line is about the 10:30, 11, 11:30.
The booty call time.
That's the booty call time.
Yeah.
That's the ones that want to come on, see what you got or whatever, see what you all about or you want to see what they all about. So what I would do, but the shit got addictive. So I found myself where once you use your number, you can't call from that number no more.
Oh my God!
And at the point in time, I worked for Baltimore City Public Schools, where Baltimore City Public Schools had different numbers. So now I went to Baltimore City Public. I would be at work, and I would call the chat line from different numbers just to get the codes. Okay. So now I'm going home. Now. It doesn't matter what number you call from, as long as you enter the code. Okay. And I was calling from. I had maybe about 6 to 8 codes that I would call chat lines, and I mean when you get on the chat line, you introduce yourself. Hey, what's up? I'm Nate. I'm looking forward to. Just like Mike was saying. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So there were times where saying, hey Nate, how you doing? This is Shantae. So I just want to know, how big is your dick? Whoa! Okay. We know how that.
You hear the song, right?
We know how that conversation. Yeah. So we know how that conversation going, right? Depending on how I was feeling, I would entertain that. Now the chat line turned into booty calls. Females are out of the night, like they lonely, they looking for somebody to talk to, come over, or chill with, or whatever. And then it may turn into, it may turn into something else. I mean, shit, I met my baby mother. Goddamn. Okay.
Damn. So that meant you was really scoring.
Okay.
he was in it to win it.
Got a baby out of it.
So this is the world finale of Nate theme song, y'all.
Danger.
No, we got another one for his ass.
We got another one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Telephone man. Yo, you are Mr. Telephone man.
Listen, you can say what you want, but at the point of time, this is before black people meet. This is before. Now, the one that was really hot was Tag.
I think, yeah. Okay.
Tag.
I remember Tag. Yeah.
Tag was hot. Okay. Like, you could physically see the women that you go on, that you could, interact with or whatever. And then they had another chat line, another chat site called, it was, I can't remember the name of it, but you had to watch that one because the one that you thought was a woman was really a transvestite. So you had to. So you had to watch, right?
Oh my god!
So you had to watch it because you interacting, and you having a conversation, and it seems like that the conversation is so good. Now, mind you, some go on there for relationships,
right.
Just like Mike was saying. You don't know what you're getting. Some go on there just to fuck. Some just go on there just to see what the hype is about. Me, right. I was actually going on there to try to find something.
Right.
The score.
But there's no conversation that will end quickly when you hear, so I'm like, nah, so, you sound good and you work hard and da-da-da-da. Yeah, but it's something that I feel that I should tell you now so I can get it over with. Yeah, so, I mean, what is that? Because, we have, I don't want us to keep no secrets or nothing. Well, I was born a guy.
Oh, man.
I was hoping you couldn't.
Oh, my God.
So, at that point, you say, what? You can't tell by your pictures. Like, are you serious?
So
they say, yes, but that doesn't. I hope that doesn't change anything.
Right.
What do you mean?
Right.
So let me ask a question.
That changes a whole lot.
That's a very good point.
That changes a whole lot.
Oh no. Once you found that out, right? That means no more conversations are being had. Like you can't develop a friendship.
No more. No more. Mm-mm.
Because prior to that, you all had connected, right?
That for some reason there was a connection.
Right. Yeah.
The conversation and the way that they do things and different things like that. For some, listen, I'm the first to put myself.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
first to put myself out there. But there was the connection, and then like, let's be honest, you seen them, Mike. These guys right now are looking 20 times better
Than what they did.
Than the females. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying to yourself, like, are you sure? Like, are you playing with me? Like, if you don't like me, I'd rather tell you don't like me than to throw the transvestite in there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they really be serious. Like I was born a man, but I became into this body, and they got all of the work done except for
the
package,
the pickle.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
you had your real live crying game.
You sound like you hurt.
That's fucked up.
That's a bad way of looking at it too.
But okay, so y'all connected, and y'all probably connected because it was a guy, and they could relate to
everything you could know.
Exactly, but that's true, yeah.
And it was like, when you come across those sites, you got people that will totally come off honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
then you got
that.
some that don't mind lying. Like I had interacted with a female, and this was back in, I say probably 2003, and the conversation went good. Conversation went good. She wanted to meet the whole 9 yards and different things like that. She didn't have no kids.
Okay.
And she worked, had her own place, car, the whole 9 yards. What kind of threw me was she said, I might as well tell you what's going on before we can continue this conversation. I said, well, what's going on? She says, I've been diagnosed with herpes.
But that's okay. Let's talk about that for a second, because okay, she was honest, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you all were going to go to that next level. She just wanted to let you know up front what was going on with her. So let me ask you a question. After she told you that, you were done.
To be honest with you, I'm going to have to say yes. I'm going to tell you the reason why.
Okay.
It should never be a reason that we don't educate ourselves. And the reason why we shy away from people like that is because we don't. Yo, you on the roll tonight, ain't you?
On the roll. Oh my God.
What the fuck is in that bottle?
That's what I just asked.
Man, look.
That's a spike lemonade.
Yeah, I didn't educate myself on knowing the do's and the rounds about as far as herpes is concerned.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to involve myself with it, and you know, I mean, who knows? You know what could have turned out.
It could
from
have been
that.
a meaningful relationship.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, because I didn't educate myself to know what
herpes
that really is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I said, well, how did you find out? Well, she said that she had an unusual outbreak and didn't know what happened, but she remembered who the last person she was with.
Okay.
And coming to find out, you know, he went on and broke it down to her and said, you know, what was going on or whatever. But at that point, now you got to understand, I'm only 23.
Okay.
So I don't really know.
Yeah.
The only thing we knew
that
was
scared you
AIDS.
because,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So when you said herpes, we figured, oh, that must be his brother. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like you said, it wasn't. You didn't have enough
knowledge of
about it. Exactly.
You know, but the chat line was like right now they still pump the chat lines. You know, for those who really trying to seek relationships. But right now, the biggest, hottest thing now, and I'm on 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
Man.
He got to keep numbers, keeping tabs.
I think I'm on 4 of them, which is like the dating sites now. So you got Black People Meet.
Okay.
You got Plenty of Fish.
I mean, you talked about Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
I think you had some interesting stories about Plenty of Fish.
You got OKC.
The hell is that?
Damn.
Okay. It's called it's okay. OK Cupid.
Okay, Cupid. Okay.
It's OKC stands for
That's
OK
catchy.
Cupid.
That's
Okay,
catchy.
that's slick.
Yeah.
So you got Black People Meet,
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish, OK Cupid, and then Tag. Yeah.
Yeah, I did tag at one time.
You did
I got
tag.
tagged the fuck out.
And what about you? Never did Christian mingle?
I want to go on that. I want to go on that.
They say that's
I heard
shit.
they are worse than Black People Meet. Because the ones that's on there claiming to be Christians
ain't Christians.
Well,
so I'm looking to probably get on there probably this week to be blessed.
Probably not this week. Probably tonight. Immediately
I'm
following the show.
I'm probably gonna be there on there tonight to be blessed. You know what I'm saying?
But
the only one that I haven't done is eHarmony, and I tried eHarmony for one time, but they got so many fucking questions.
Because it's a compatibility match.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
damn, when I gave you like 30 questions, answers of me, you still want to hit me with 30 more?
Yeah, because they want to make sure they pair you with the right person.
Feel like
It's
that's
funny.
like you getting a job for the government.
But I'll tell you the funniest thing. I used to work for a Together dating service, and I was a romance counselor. So that's who eHarmony modeled their program after. Because we had a whole lot of questions that we asked people, and we dealt predominantly with military. Because of their rankings, they had a hard time finding people, especially on their level, because some of them were like, they had big jobs in the government. And so I used to tell people all the time, I am a romance counselor. And they used to be like, what the fuck is that? So, but I would match people up based on their profile.
Right.
So did you, in your real life, did you realize that you start doing that shit in real life?
That my what?
The same shit that you was doing for your fucking job? Was you doing that shit in real life?
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Like you live too loud.
I loved it. I have to say that was probably one of my most exciting jobs because I enjoyed doing it. I made some amazing friendships with people. I helped some people find love. Some people were unlucky in love, but I believed in the concept, and it's funny because I would have never entertained the idea of going to a dating service until I started working there. That's us.
Wow.
So, caller, you're on the air. You're live on the Intimacy Chronicles. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, it's the brother show.
No, the brother show over. The brother show over. You on Embassy Chronicles?
Brother show over. Oh, my bad. I was trying to support the brother show, brother.
Oh my God!
Thank you for calling. I'll get up with you later. We talking about sex. We talking about sex.
Not the brother show.
No, the sex show.
Okay, my bad then.
So yeah, like I really understood the concept of that, and it made me kind of like, okay, because we did like background investigations, and we went back like 10 years. So I looked at it like it was a safety thing for women, because you go to the club, you meet somebody, you don't know if they're a serial killer or not. We took the guesswork out of everything.
That wasn't cheap then.
It wasn't cheap because I always let me just say
It ain't none of the sites that he named.
Let
It ain't
me
nothing like that.
Joe Snow.
And now mind you, that's what Mike always wanted to say to you. That was some cheap shit, man.
He knew when I used to tell people, oh yeah, I'm a romance counselor. People used to look at me like man, you're fucking ass. Like, because I'm always doing something. But I love that job because I got to help a lot of people find love, for one. And it wasn't cheap because I'm always pushing VIP. So VIP package was like $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you better find love.
Let me just tell you, and I mean, I used to sell the hell out of VIP.
What's the lowest package?
I think the lowest package was probably like $1,500.
That came with a chicken box then.
But what I'm going to say is, no, it's not something that everybody would do, because everybody might not have the finances to be able to do that.
Nobody got the finances to do that.
$5,000 for some kush?
For the community.
The lowest package is $1,500.
For the community that I was serving, it was doable, because, like I said, a lot of those were high-ranking military officials. You know, so. And
nobody is putting up too much of rent money to
find
love.
When they come in the room, I had to sell them not the dating thing, but the dream of the relationship that they're looking for,
I like
based on their profile.
I like to see the people you done matched up to see if these motherfuckers are still married.
I had one couple that are still together, and they moved to Spain.
Because of you.
Yeah.
The redhead bandit.
I was blonde then, I think.
Damn.
So, wow, but it worked. But then when eHarmony came on the
knocked
scene,
your high asses out the box, didn't it?
No, because I don't think they were nearly as expensive. And the thing with eHarmony, it gave people anonymity because it was online. See, a lot of people still were shy about coming into an agency because some people looked at it like, somebody would look at them as if something was wrong. But
Not me.
Wasn't.
I would have walked right in that motherfucker like, who's single? You single?
Career.
You hear me the same thing? You the same thing? We don't even need this. Come on, let's go.
You would bypass the package.
Motherfucker, right. Like, you single? We don't even need this. You like me? I like you.
And listen, now it's funny that you say that because... It's funny you say that because we never schedule people where they be sitting in the lobby together.
Ain't that a bitch?
You hear this
Oh,
shit?
y'all knew what y'all was doing.
Hustle. It was really a hustle.
Yeah.
That was
It
hustle.
wasn't necessarily a hustle. It's love. It's finding love.
They
a
put
hustle.
all men
It would
in
help
there
you
with
find
men.
It went so
love.
they couldn't mingle.
Well, because
Did you even fill out a W-2 at the end?
I was a 1099. God damn it. I love that job, man. I'm telling you.
That's fucked up.
So you couldn't. It wasn't no lobby.
No.
You wasn't no standing
It was
outside.
a lobby.
This sound like
You
some Men
didn't
in Black
have-
shit.
Oh, and listen, but one of my coworkers actually connected with one of the guys that I was trying to hook up with someone else. So she found love on the job.
Damn.
And they moved to Russia. So,
Well, all this going out of the country though. Okay.
yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
love is love, man.
Right.
Man.
But I mean, it was a
they,
good
they
thing.
knew what they was doing.
It was
They knew
definitely
they was doing.
a good thing, and that's like I said, that's who eHarmony modeled their program.
I tell y'all the man, if I walked in the room and I know I'm at $14.95. I don't even want to be there. I'm mad at the motherfucker right now. I come in, hey, listen, what you trying to pay? Listen, let's take this $3,000, get the fuck out of here. Okay? You can pay your bills for the month, I can pay mine, and we can still go eat.
And fuck.
And fuck. You know what I'm
But
saying?
when you're looking for love, and as many of these people were, I think they didn't look at the dollar amount. Like, I've never had anybody, because I think it comes down to screening the right client. I never had anybody say, oh, to hell with that, these prices are ridiculous. I've had people get the $14.95 package, but I always started at the top.
So what was the main nationality that you was dealing with? You know I'm gonna make you say it.
It wasn't us.
I know it wasn't.
I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't.
If she said it was us, I ran out
So
this bitch
I'm
naked.
gonna say probably predominantly Caucasian and what else? I had a few Oriental clients, and a few Middle Easterns.
Did they order the sweet and sour package?
Did they order the happy ending?
The happy ending came with the VIP. God damn it! But I mean,
Robert Kraft was down that
I
bitch.
think like when you market, the way they did their marketing, people that came through those doors already knew what they were signing up for.
If you're spending $5,000, I mean, let's be honest. If you spending $5,000 in a place like you, I'm hoping that you're gonna find me love.
And that's
I'm
always
being
the
honest.
goal. And
I
I
hope
agree.
you're gonna find
Yeah,
me
I
like
agree.
love. You know, but like with these sites, you never know what you're gonna get into. That's the reason why, like sites like Black People Meet, you can actually see the person, you
Okay.
can read their bio and the whole 9 yards, and you got a choice to either connect with them or not connect with them. You know, the part that gets me is sometimes the ones that you don't want to connect with are the ones that are connecting with you.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I have no problem with a big woman. Let me establish that. I'll say it again. I have no problem with you plus size woman.
Okay.
But why is it that when a tall, big guy puts his profile on there, for some reason, I sent out a scent of sandwiches to these big women?
Yeah.
You know, because every time I turn around, there's a plus size woman that says, hey, I like your site. I like what I saw. Can we hook up? I'm trying to get with the women that when we stand next to each other, we form the number 10. Not 00. I'm just saying. I'm trying.
You want quarterback numbers,
right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the Daryl the Hammerhead Johnson numbers. You know what I'm saying? Those 01 numbers. I don't want them. I want a woman where they be like, you know what? Y'all look good. I want a woman where somebody will say to her, like, girl, how do you manage him? That's a lot of man. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying?
So you want the little petite woman?
Huh?
You want the little petite woman?
If I can find them.
Because let me tell you something.
And that's what I listen. If you can find one that strictly says, I love me the fuck out of a big man.
Right.
I adore a big man. Like Little Kim. She loved Biggie. And she was fine as all outdoors. See, that's what I'm trying to hope to find. I mean, you know, if you're not slim or whatever, you got a little weight on you, that's fine to you or whatever. But I don't want to be with, and there's nothing against plus size women, but I just don't want to be with a plus size woman that if we're sitting there eating a 20-piece.
You don't want no competition.
And they come down to the last chicken nugget. Now we
exactly.
gotta.
You don't want no competition.
First of all, y'all shouldn't be sharing a 20
piece.
It's
goddamn right. Okay.
Because y'all sitting there counting the nuggets.
Right. They trying to look. They racing to the finish line to see who's gonna get the last.
And both of them looking each other in the eyes.
Right. and here's what she gonna hit you with. She gonna touch your hand and say, "Do you trust me?"
That's fucked up. Yeah, you know I ain't falling for that shit. No more. Fuck that.
She gonna last time I fell for that. You looking at her eyes, she gonna snatch that last piece of chicken.
Oh, shit.
Mike, what's your type?
The one to get high.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like to share. I like my weed.
I forgot that's a selfish motherfucker right there.
I'm spoiled. I like my shit for myself. But I don't want them to be bigger than what I lift at as far as weights and shit.
And so how much do you lift?
I lift 225, but I don't want you to be a 225 and you like 4'10".
That's compact.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You want to be 225.
Your shit gotta be average,
tall, then, you know what I mean? But no, I don't really want you. Yeah.
And do you have an age preference?
I don't want you to be old.
What's old?
Older than me. Shit, I'm 47. I don't want you to be older than me. I don't need that.
Okay. Do you have an age preference?
I'm going for the checks.
Nick? Well, Nick's in a relationship, so I can't ask him.
Thank you.
I'm going for the SSI.
I lawfully decline any questions.
He ain't good tonight. That's why he declining. That's interesting. But have you tried some of those sites that he mentioned?
Yeah, and some of that shit, like I said, all right, just like what he was talking about with the Christian shit. You know I tried the POF shit, and there's a lot of church chicks on there. You gotta believe in God, friend.
What's POF?
And that's the Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish, okay.
And I was just like, that shit kind of weirded me out. I was like, where people just like, if you want to find love, it don't matter what they believe in.
Right. That shit
That's what I don't understand, because I've seen people who've been Catholic who mess with Jews. You know what I mean? So I'm like, none of that matters, whatever you believe in, as long as you believe in loving them. And I'm like, that's where they kind of missed the whole concept. I'm like, y'all want somebody to be on the same path that you on and not have their own journey.
Especially when they bio start off, I'm looking for a God-fearing man.
And that's like, I'm not gonna lie. When I hear women say that, I get so fucking annoyed, because I think that half the people that say that don't understand what that statement means.
They don't.
You know, it's something you heard, so you think it sounds good. So you're going to say, I want a God-fearing man or woman. And just because they post that doesn't mean that's so. You know? And I think a lot of people run to the church looking for that person when there are a whole hell of a lot of devils up in that church.
Hell yeah.
Even in the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what if that's what excites you and that's what you're looking for, just because they're in the church doesn't mean they're godly. And I think that we have to understand that.
And we learned that firsthand.
We learned that shit firsthand. My dad was a Sunday school teacher, and I'm telling you,
that Sunday
he done
school
conquered
dick on
probably
him.
half of his class, okay? So, and he was God-fearing. You know what I mean?
He can recite that Bible. He can tell you everything about the Bible.
Hell
So when you see him in church with a different woman sitting next to him as a child, you sitting there like, he's smashing.
Exactly.
So you already know that God-fearing thing don't mean nothing to you. You already like,
yeah, we definitely got a
that
reality
game with
check.
you,
That was
but I
his
don't wanna play
recruiting
that.
field.
That was,
Yeah.
I used to be sitting up in this Sunday school class, and the woman that's asking all these goddamn questions, in my mind, at 11 years old, she's next. She's next.
Got him.
You know what I'm saying? Because my dad would get this smile on his face because he was very charismatic, and he would get this smile like, you know, and I'm like, oh, damn.
So this is a perfect song for your dad right here. This is your dad theme song.
Well, you know, the Bible.
Yeah, when he hit him with that, because he
Yeah.
knew his shit.
He
And
knew
I
his
always tell
shit.
people, he
He
knew
could
that
talk
book
that ass
like
right out of the
nobody I
drawers.
ever met. He
Yeah.
knew his shit, you know. And
I
so
could
he's
feel-
sitting there.
I would have been laughing my ass off.
Man.
And he probably was one of the ones that the Bible says, "Come unto me."
Yeah, I think he probably did. I'm kind of.
And
It's
ye-
funny because I
and
think he
ye
probably
shall
did use
rest.
that line, you know.
Ye shall rest.
On
As
these
he
nuts.
as he pushing that head down to the bottom.
And the Lord saith, I layeth the dick on thee.
Man,
I shall put me head in thee.
The Bible say, "Get thee behind me."
What happened?
I should grab her feet. I should grab her ye breasts.
You look to the front, man, not behind.
I should grab her ye breasts and hold up and
Hey,
suck
Sully,
up eat
thanks
milk
for joining me.
out of thee.
But I think it's funny because I always see that statement, I want that God-fearing person, but what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Because just because you see them in church doesn't make them God-fearing. And like I said, we learned that firsthand.
Wow.
I think that's the problem that most people don't understand. Like, everybody has a different way of being raised, so they've all seen something different. And when it comes to dating, people can sit back and say, well, I'm into this and I'm into that, but they
Right.
don't know what you've been through.
Right,
And that
exactly.
whole getting to know a person, you start telling them what you've been through, they start looking at you like you weird, and you like, nah, my life and your life is something totally different. So what you looking
Yeah.
at the church as, I'm looking at the church as something totally different.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that we're not. You know, I'm not opposed to going to church, but my thing is, when you start saying I'm going to church to look for that God-fearing person, I think you can find that not necessarily in the church. You can find that
Anyway.
anywhere. So don't just limit it to the church, because a lot of players run to the church for that God-fearing woman, or vice versa, you know. So, like I said, we learned that firsthand, you know. So, and I remember when my dad used to date, his ass used to date women with children so that they could distract our asses. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
Did he get them by the same age as y'all?
Someone would be around the same age as us, man. It's like, oh yeah, she got
he had his
kids.
game down.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Jackie,
He was the
Jackie,
best.
Mike,
His game
take
down.
Man,
take
I'm trying
Deontay
to
and
tell you.
Deontay with you.
He was the best. He was the best.
Wow.
If they had
I
sons,
gotta get my
he
glasses
linked
on.
out, linked the sons up. He did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do.
Mike, don't you got some trains upstairs?
Wait.
Go. Take Troy upstairs to them trains.
No, wait a minute, but that ain't the half of it, because he would tell people, the women, well, like when they would say that I can't sleep with you because we're not married, this joker would go out and buy a ring and propose to their asses so he can get the drawers.
Damn.
Yeah. So I gotta read what
He probably
Jay
was
Sullivan
rotating.
said.
Never elevated to that level in life.
Was he rotating the rings and shit?
I'm telling
He
you,
was the Lord of the
he
Rings.
was the best
Lord
to ever
of the
do it. I'm
Rings.
telling you, he was the best to ever do it. But let me read Sully's comment. Sully says the God-fearing mentions and dating refers to wanting someone that has a set of morals, based on traditional methods of thoughts and actions. But wanting a God-fearing person isn't still saying that desire the person for you. Absolutely. It's saying you're hoping for someone you don't have to hold to a standard. Kind of lazy thinking, in my opinion. I think that I love your point. Thanks for sharing your comments, Sully. But I think that I think we put limits on people when we say God fearing, because I think half of us have no idea what that means. And I think that when I think love is love. So let's say I met someone, and you brought up a great point, Catholics and Jews, and our beliefs are different. But I think that love would unite us. And, you know, I might go and worship with you because that's my way of supporting you. It wouldn't eliminate you because our beliefs are different. I think that love would bring us together.
Yeah.
K40 lessons.
Yeah.
So I think that we should be careful. I think a lot of times people don't know what exactly they're looking for, but when you say God-fearing, that's something to say because that sounds like some big shit. You know what I mean? I think that you have to do some soul searching to understand you, for one, and then once you have an understanding of self, then maybe you can go out and look for that person. But I tend to believe that we find the wrong thing when we're looking, depending on our state of mind at the time that we're looking.
You know, when I first saw a woman post that, I said to myself, she said she wants a God-fearing man. I fear God. Let me go ahead and hit her up. Let me go ahead and hit her up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I start the conversation off. And just want to let you know, I know you say you want a God-fearing man. Yes, I fear God.
What you said, that's me. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. That's me. That's me. Mike, let me ask you this question. So you said you was on POF. How many you smashed off there?
I ain't smashed none. Nothing. Nothing. You know why? Because the realization is, I know how. I wasn't on there because that was something that I was looking for. When I got on there, somebody introduced me to it. And I was just like, I said, hold up. What the fuck is this shit?
Right.
Yeah, I was like, dog, you got to do too much to get where you going. I ain't got to do a whole lot in one day. I'm like, it didn't feel organic to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I was just used to something. I was used to face-to-face interactions. I don't like all of this shit.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
like,
thing.
I'm still like, I don't really like doing a whole bunch of texting. I like to talk to you. Let's have a conversation. If we ain't got shit to say, then we definitely ain't got shit to text about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we ain't got to waste a whole bunch of time. But I'm from a different era. So all of that, once you get online and all of that, I'm like, man, I get this kind of attention on IG where most guys won't even get no attention on IG. And I ain't even trying on IG.
Yeah.
Or I get this attention on Facebook, and I'm just sitting there commenting in their inbox, but I'm not sitting there saying, hey, I'm coming at you. No, I'm not coming at you at all. But it's like it's easy. So I'm like, so why would you sign up to some other shit that's going to have you looking at this picture to try to meet somebody when it's so easy to walk up on the street and meet somebody?
Let me tell you what was fun. They came out with this site where if you downloaded it and it would show you everyone in your area.
Okay.
Right? We'll show you everyone in your area. The greatest thing is if you were, let's say if you on the site and I'm on the site. I don't know you, but you're on the site looking for the same thing I'm looking for.
Okay.
It would alert my phone if me and you was in the same area.
I don't think I would like that.
See?
That's some shit.
Like,
That's some stalker shit. That's some stalker shit.
Exactly.
Like,
I think that's
God.
too much because
like she's within your
she's
same,
within 5
Nate
miles.
is on a whole nother level.
I'm trying
and
to
then you
tell
looking
you.
around like, where's she at? And then you just happen to see him like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, are you on so? Yes. Well, just let me know that you
See,
know.
that's scary. That would like mess me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the store and this person done turned on their GPS trying to find me because the website just said, "Oh, she's right around Family Dollar."
What was that game? What was that game everybody was playing when that shit came out?
What was that?
They were trying to find
Pokemon.
That was some real Pokemon shit.
Literally.
Oh yeah, they say Dad
That's a
was
Pokemon
pimping. Yeah, Dad
shit.
was definitely pimping.
That was some Pokemon shit.
Exactly. I think that's like too much. You know, I'm kind of like Mike. You know, I'm old school, so I'm not going to want to do a whole lot of texting because we're not building a relationship via text or online. You know, so I gotta
besides
do
the chat
face-to-face.
lines, besides the dating sites, I mean, Mike says he can do it on Instagram. I don't know how you do that on IG.
You ain't, but trust me, I hang around some dudes that's entrepreneurs, and they sitting there saying the same thing, and I'm like, bruh, I ain't trying.
I don't even know how you do that on IG.
So let me tell you what he's going to do tonight. Aside from going on the other dating website, he's going to play around on IG now. He's not active like that on IG, but you can well believe after tonight, his ass gonna be on IG.
He's gonna find.
Right, he's not on
I'm not on IG a lot, but after
tonight,
I'm telling you,
he's gonna go to your page.
Don't be surprised, Mike, if you get a message.
Look at your shit.
Like, Mike, this shit is not working. Where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are they, Mike?
I'm telling you.
Where the fuck are they, Mike?
She's been sending me shit since 2017, and I've never seen her in person.
That's crazy. I mean, we're in a technology age, so I guess that's the thing now. People meet online.
You ain't met her yet?
Nah. She even got a
Look, he's studying. Damn.
Look, you see her name.
He may take a picture of it and shit. And
it's not a loss for me.
You're never find
on IG tonight. I can assure you.
This is Nate's song. You're never find.
Okay, a better love like mine. He gonna tell him nobody's gonna understand you like I do. No, there's no one else.
Matches.
Oh my God! And then he'll hit him with he sings. Oh yeah, by the way, our live call-in number is 855-493-6499. We like to hear your opinions on dating, the good and the bad of dating. So please give us a call. I think it's funny because I wonder if when I say older people, like people my age, I wonder how many people are using those dating sites.
A lot of people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are using them, but they trying to be down low with this shit.
Yeah, I imagine.
A lot of people are really hiding out.
They try to be down low with it, and they thinking that ain't nobody gonna find out, and you'll be surprised because
there's a lot
not
of
on purpose,
right?
But you just happen to come across them like, oh shit! I can't even tell you how many times I ran across people I go to church with on the damn site. You know, women who I know as friends on there. I'm saying to myself, well, if you my friend and you on here and I'm on here,
right?
Shouldn't we try to make something happen?
Yeah, it gives people options. You want to see what's out there. And some people don't really go out like that, so they might not have the opportunity to meet people.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Yeah, and online provides a security because you're doing it from the comfort of your home.
That's the lazy part.
That's the lazy part, exactly. But for some, it works. And things have definitely evolved. So, Mike, have you been on any blind dates?
Blind? No.
You don't do blind dates?
Where we going? We going to the house. That's how blind it is. We ain't blind out in public. You know how weird that is? And especially when I ain't got my glasses on. I can sit back and be like, oh, nah, I'm not hanging out with her. I can walk away.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
real
we
talk.
we not doing that.
Yeah.
You
I don't
come
think I would
straight
want
to
to
the
do a
house.
blind date
Yeah.
either. Yeah. So Nate has a few blind date experiences. Are you gonna
Elaborate, son. Elaborate.
elaborate, son?
I've been on a lot of blind dates.
You spent money?
Huh?
You spent money?
Don't start the money shit. Don't
See
start
that
it.
part right there?
Don't
That's
start
what
it.
gets me because I'm like, once I see you, and I still gotta spend money on you, like I don't really like you. Like
My life.
that's
about
my
to
thing.
end.
Go ahead, brother.
That's the reason why Jackie said don't talk about.
Don't talk about the money.
Don't talk about it because I had my experience one time, and it wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one.
But let me ask you all a question since we're talking about it. What when you go on the date? No shade, no shade.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
When
Here
you
it
go
comes.
on
Here
the
it
date,
comes.
how much money are you planning to spend? What do you put a cap on how much money you take?
On a blind date or just a date in general?
Both.
It matters on who I'm going out with.
Okay, let's start with the blind date.
Blind date, my cap is probably $30.
Okay.
Right.
And so
That
that's like
we can get Applebee's.
Right.
Okay.
Fridays, endless apps.
Right.
Some shit that I know I can
I can walk
afford
with
to
you.
lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Right.
That's just an icebreaker.
okay.
I'm not gonna give you no motherfucking what's that, Ruth Chris? No, you're not getting that shit on no fucking blind date.
Okay. So what about a regular date?
Regular date, my cap is $50.
Okay.
You can do a lot of shit with $50 in Baltimore City.
Damn
you
right. Damn
Hell
right.
Yeah.
So
Nathan?
let's go. What's your cap? I know the answer, but what's your cap on the blind date?
No.
Don't
just
change.
Don't
Don't
take that
change.
one time, Jackie, and just think that's the cap.
Let me say.
I've added 5 or 10 more
Let
to that.
me say this: as your friend for a long time, 20 is your MO, and that's just for you.
I'm just saying.
That's his cap for himself.
That's his cap. That's his
depen-
overall cap.
No, I've evolved.
Since when?
You don't know the story, do you?
No, I haven't heard it.
You ever heard it? Okay. Mike, you heard the story. Haven't
You heard the blind
Probably
date story?
Probably about a year ago I told the story.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
well,
I'll
refresh
tell
their
it again.
memory.
I'll tell it again. Okay, so I met this one chick off of a chat line. And we got to talking. Now, mind you, this is a blind date because chat lines, you can't see the person.
Right.
So I said to her, I said these words. I said, I said, describe yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. How would you rate yourself? She says, well, I rate myself a 10.
Whoa.
Mind you, she got a nice voice, the whole 9 yards. You know, she's working the whole 9 yards. No kids. So she says, I rate myself a 10. She says, how would you rate yourself? I says, I rate myself a 8.5 strong 9. I said, because I'm a big guy. I mean, I'm not no Idris Elba.
Hey, don't come for him.
I should have fucked the name up, but I probably would have got slapped on that one. But I fucked the name up. But I said, I'm a strong 9. So she says, okay. I said, so let's meet somewhere. So we chose to meet. I wanted us to meet downtown. Now, I've heard of Uno, but I'm thinking Uno is just a pizza place. In my mind, Uno, pizza place. So we go in there. Well, before we even go in there, I don't know who she looked like. She don't know what I look like. So I see a woman coming towards me, and I'm walking towards her. When I got up on her, She had long black hair that was fucked up, looked like she didn't comb it or whatever. She'll probably say the wind caught it, but I don't believe that. She had on boots, looked like she was stopping her car with them on the front. Okay, leather boots. Okay. She had runs in her stockings. I mean, I ain't talking about baby runs. I'm talking about track and field runs. Okay. Then what I thought was powder in her cleavage was really ash. Where
cigarette.
I can't help.
Where she forgot to probably lotion that part of the chest. Okay. And her glasses was a little cockeyed. So I'm saying
her glasses or her eyes.
Her glasses cockeyed.
Oh, so she probably broke the thing.
Right. So
yeah.
I was hoping that she said no when I said her name, but it come to find out it was her. So I said, "Okay, nice to meet you." Now I'm looking to par. You know what I'm saying? Shaped up the whole nine. I'm looking to par. So we goes into Uno, and I'm looking around like, this ain't no motherfucking pizza place. This is a restaurant. Right? Mind you, Mike. My thing was, I'm getting to know you getting to know me. You know, I get you a slice of pizza and a drink, and, we just sit and talk. We get to know each other. You know, it ain't that heavy, Ruth Chris heavy. You feel what I'm saying? Slice of pizza, too. You know what I'm saying? Talk. Well, this chick orders a meal, and a daiquiri. So, for some strange reason, the conversation just kind of wasn't, I'm saying to myself, like, first of all, don't play that fucking song.
I tried to slide this shit.
But what happened is that I first of all, you told me you was a 10. You're not even a 10. Okay.
She said in her eyes.
And that's the thing. Your question was, in your opinion,
yeah.
How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Wording is everything.
Yeah.
And that's what you asked. And that's how she saw herself.
Why can't people just be honest?
Why can't you ask the question the way it's supposed to be asked?
How mad?
Do you look pretty or not? Should I said that?
Do people look at you as a 10?
Do people, right?
But you should have asked.
Exactly.
That should have been the question I should have asked.
Exactly.
So
And you know how you can beat around that? You should ask her, are men knocking down your door?
Of course they're going to say yeah.
bill collectors knock at your door, but don't mean you like them motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? So, for some reason, Mike, something said to me, don't order no food. Just like that. All I had was $20 on me. Something said, don't order no food. All I ordered was a sweet tea.
And dip? Did you dip?
Huh?
I would have
So-
dipped.
so
I was like,
here's
hey,
the
I gotta
thing.
use the bathroom.
So here's the thing.
I'm going to put my head down.
So here's the thing. So we talking or whatever, so what do you do? I told her, what I do. I work on cars and I was doing something else. And, she told me what she do and, but the conversation was very thin. Was like one answer questions. You know what I'm saying? So the daiquiri came out first. Big ass fucking daiquiri.
Oh, she was gonna get tore up.
Okay.
That big ass fucking thing, right? I'm looking like 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Okay, so I got $14 left. You know what I'm saying? Nick? So the food comes. Now, here's the thing. If you go out on a date and the food comes and you see a woman do like this, get the fuck out of there. You see what I just did, Nick?
What she do, son?
When a woman gets her food and she do like this,
damn, she did that?
she did like that.
Nigga, I would have been gone before she got the food.
Listen, there was a burger 2 big ass sides and fries. Right? So she asked me, did I want some? I'm like, nah, I'm good. She ate all of the food. I said, I'll take the bill. The bill was $19.84. I said,
You got the tip?
I said, this is what I said. At the point in time I was living with my aunt, I picked up the phone. I made a fake call, like I was calling my aunt. Hey, auntie, I need you to go into my room, look on the bed to see if there's a $20 bill there. I rushed out the house, but I want to see if it's still there. Now, mind you, Mike, the whole time I'm saying, please don't let this fucking phone ring while I'm making this fake call. Please don't make this phone ring while I'm making this fake call. Right? Phone didn't ring. So I said, it is. Okay, all right, just checking. Okay, I'll be home in a little bit. And then I hung up the phone, flip phone. So she says, what's wrong? I says, I wound up, no, but this is beforehand. This is beforehand. So when the bill came, I went in the bathroom. I called a buddy of mine and said, yo, you won't believe this. Yo, I'm on this blind date. Yo, this chick ugly as fuck. Yo, and then she just ate up about maybe $17 worth of food. He was like, yo, what you gonna do? I said, I don't know. I never walked out on a woman before. He was like, yo, I'll walk out. I'll walk out if I was you.
So let me ask you a question. Was you more disappointed that she was ugly or that she ate $17 into your 20?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. That's a tough question. If she was good looking, I wouldn't mind.
Right.
But you are not attractive and you ate $17?
She came.
I got a problem for
appetite.
that. So this is what she said. So I came back and I played the phone call, and she says, "What's wrong?" I said, "I left my money at home." What? What? If I'd have known that, then I didn't come to eat. Because I had just ate like 2 hours ago, so I didn't come to eat. Exactly what you said, Mike. I didn't come to eat. I had just ate like 2 hours ago. If I had known I was going to pay my own money, I would have never ate.
Wow.
I said, but what's the problem? Everything you ate, you're paying for.
Right.
Except for the tea. Thank you. The tea. Right? Got out of there. She went her way. I went mine. Man, I jumped in the car, man. I went to McDonald's. I'm like, man, give me 3 McChickens, 2 double cheeseburger, a sweet tea, and a large order of fries. And I kept about $10 on me. What I'm saying is that, listen, some people may say, oh, that's fucked up, like Jackie said. That's fucked up. You're going to carry only $20.
That is what you do.
No.
That is what you do, man.
Okay, so let me hear from the fellas.
I would have left from out the jump. I would say, nice to meet you, turned around and left out that bitch.
Mike.
I ain't going to waste my time.
I don't meet out in public like that. We meet and you going to the house. We not doing all of that because if it's blind date right there, that already we only got one thing in common. We not sitting out eating and all that. You want something to eat? I'm gonna get you a sub. But we not doing all that. It's a blind date. We not getting that comfy with each other.
Right.
It's a blind date. I ain't seeing you. You ain't. So unless you really that attractive, like, cause you just don't know what you getting. It's Cracker Jacks. It's either the little magnifying glass or the animal that look like it's moving. You don't know what you getting. You like, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and take her out. Nah. We going to go to the house. You want something to eat? I'm going to go get it. I'm not sporting you. We going back.
Wait a minute, so you taking her to your house?
Hey, I'm going to get something out of it. I'm not going to
blind
take
date. You taking her to your house?
Different kind of fella, man.
God damn.
Okay.
He going for the gusto.
We're not dating. We're not going to date. We're not dating. It's blind. We're not. I don't do
So you
blind
saying
dates.
a blind date isn't serious?
No, I don't
it's
do
a
blind
hookup
dates. I
or
don't
less.
like meeting people like that because that's kind of, I'm lurid. Everybody sounds great over the phone. People tell me my voice sounds, I don't like my voice. So to tell me that, I'm sitting there like, I don't know. You can say, my first woman that I've ever had sex with, I was 15, she was 22. She sounded beautiful. She was big, whereas though I would not have had to, but. It's my first time. So, wouldn't do that. No, we're not getting blind, no. Because I don't know. Like, you gonna have to, it's gonna have to be a picture, something. I need something. And it can't be like, oh, I had this is a picture from 10 years ago. I had a child, my child 10, and my body looked like your baby not a baby no more. Don't tell me that's the baby fat.
And people will put up
Don't
their
do that.
old picture.
That motherfucker grown.
Yeah.
You had time to lose that. Don't do that to me. Well, this is my old picture. No. This is my baby fat.
What's that commercial that said, but I didn't always sound like that?
Oh, no. Not blind.
But see, and now, I think that some may say I'm fucked up, but ever since I told the story, Jackie think that's fucked up. So Nick,
I
want to hear Jackie angle.
So let me tell you how Jackie compares me. You seen that Geico commercial with the alligator?
That's what I call him.
Where he
I would grab the check, but my arms too short, and he's still eating up all of the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's him.
You paint a bad picture of me.
I'm telling you, man. If you had done this more than one time, I would cut you a break. But that's your shit, man.
That is not. No.
Oh
Listen.
My God.
I've taken women on dates. Okay, I've taken women on dates, and I've spent money. Mm-hmm. But now these women are getting too fucking bougie. Now they're getting too bougie. Now. I don't see nothing wrong with Applebee's. I don't see nothing wrong with Fridays.
I'm with you.
But now these women feel like that if that's the first place you taking them, that's a low blow.
I don't think anything is wrong with that. I
that's
love
a low
Applebee's
blow.
and Fridays.
I tell you, I'm not no Fridays kind of woman. I'm not no Applebee's kind of girl.
And I tell you keep it moving. Yeah. Keep it moving.
Where you want to go?
Yeah, I'm budget building.
You brought up a great point because I think that when you're getting to know someone, I think that you shouldn't put restrictions on where they should take you. It's about the fellowship with each other. So what difference does it make if he takes you to Applebee's or Fridays?
And then they say,
be
Ruth
grateful
Chris.
that the motherfucker want to take you out.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like
a place I ain't never even been.
Mm-hmm. And they high as hell.
Have you been? You been?
Oh yeah, I love their food, but they high.
Who that?
Ruth Chris.
Oh yeah, fuck that. That shit ain't all that to me.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I like
all that
their
to
food. But I mean, again, that's expensive because when you ordering sides, everything is a la carte. So you're gonna spend some bread.
See, that's got to be wifey. That's got to be somebody who
right.
I really,
I think you
really
work
fuck
your
with
way up to
in
that
order to do that. Like,
yeah.
You don't come out the gate. I don't know you. You don't know me. And you demanding Ruth Chris. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think sometimes as women, I'm not saying that it's not lowering your standards. I think that you should just appreciate that somebody wants to take you out. Back in the day, whenever I went out on a date, I always had my own money. In case I ain't like his ass, I got my own shit and don't expect nothing. You know what I'm saying? But what I find a lot of times is some women don't do that. They want to throw their hands up and wait for the guy to do everything. I think, again, if he takes you out, appreciate the date. Then maybe the next time, if you all build a connection, maybe the next time he'll take you somewhere nicer. But I think right off the bat, you shouldn't be expecting a Ruth Chris or what is the other one? Fogo de Chao or something like that.
I ain't been in there. God damn. Ain't the man in restaurants. I ain't even been in my damn self.
I'm just saying,
shit.
I think it should be about getting to know one another.
P.F. Chang's and shit. I ain't been in there.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to know what the fuck P.F. Chang's was. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is P.F. Chang's?
You can have a good time At Applebee's, at Fridays.
You have a better time at Chick-fil-A and get served.
Yeah, I mean, if
That
you're going
is
out
true.
for the first time,
That
y'all
is
can go
true.
out for coffee or something like that.
Yeah, they bring the food to you.
Damn.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Like,
What-
we getting to
what-
know
your
each other.
table
Right,
13.
right.
Here you go. Here you go. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Come back. Oh, you all right? Yes.
So
I'm
do you
fine.
establish at the very beginning, when you ask them out, what do you like to eat? Is this Dutch or that's another.
That's
thing.
another question.
Yeah.
That's another situation.
Because don't you think that should be, put out in the open?
For me, if I ask, I'm paying.
Okay.
Yep.
If you ask, you paying.
Say it
Right.
again, please. Say it again,
If
please.
you ask, you paying.
Well, okay.
So I don't know why
if that's
women
the
ask
case-
and then they feel like
No,
we should
wait
pay.
a minute. You asked this young lady out. So you asked her out, you were obligated to pay.
Yeah.
With your $20.
I didn't ask out.
You're a lie.
You know what I did one time? This shit sound corny, but I was like, hey, why don't we meet at a library?
Okay.
Caught the girl off. She fucked up.
Let me ask you a question. That was real nice. Real nice. You caught me off guard with that one, like, because wasn't nobody. Have you ever said that to a woman?
Yeah, I've done it.
You said to a woman, let's meet at the library.
And we've done it. And that was some good shit.
Okay.
So
And
we
how-
got a
and how you-
chance to know each other.
How that turn
right.
out for you?
It turned out very good.
That's different.
Turned out very good.
How many of them you still with?
It turned out very good. I declined to answer any of these questions.
But because it may incriminate him. But I think that's original.
I
And
mean-
what it says is he really wants to get to know
To
me.
know you instead
Exactly.
of trying to pay for your attention.
Right, absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I mean,
intimate because
that's-
you gotta
that's
be
unusual,
quiet.
though.
Yeah, you gotta
In
be
the
quiet.
library. So it's really an intimate
So your
connection.
intimate conversation
Exactly.
is really low. You get to really smell their breath.
Here's why he was mad. Because he was planning on smashing, but when she didn't look like the 10 he envisioned, then he got an attitude that he had to pay $17 and all he got was a goddamn iced tea.
If I was just a nonchalant person, I would have went on and took it where a step further where, okay, I got the food and we found something to do, and then probably would have smashed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And probably would have never called her after that. You know what I'm saying?
I think she
I would
could've
have
at least
got
offered you-
$17 worth of pumps out of them.
I don't know now with the way you talking about
Yeah,
she's dressed.
man.
Ass on the titties.
Yeah.
Ass on the titties what caught
Okay.
me.
I'd have been looking like, man, you ain't all that clean
I think the
looking.
decent thing for her to do, since you didn't order food, she should have at least offered you some of her food. That's what I think.
But you know what?
She asked me, did I want
She
something?
probably didn't eat if she did her hands like this, though.
They caught me off guard.
She was warming that food up.
Right, yes, Lord.
She
Yes,
like
indeed.
campfire.
That
She was
caught
on
me
a
off guard.
campfire.
Right,
That
right.
shit caught me off guard like a motherfucker.
Until
I'm
you
like,
said
damn.
you gotta pay for it, it was like,
Then she had an attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just coming for a free meal.
Yeah.
She wasn't interested in getting to know you. She just wanted you to foot the bill for
She
the
ain't had
food.
And then what
rap.
threw me off is she says, I just ate about 2 hours ago,
but she ate everything.
and she ate everything.
You ain't just
And
eat no
she
2
ain't
hours ago.
offer you
What,
right,
smoked
exactly.
before you came?
She might have smoked before she came. She had to get her mind right for that blind date.
I mean, then she listen. Let me tell you how cute she tried to be. When we eat burgers with 2 hands, correct?
Damn right.
Okay.
Don't tell me she cut the bitch up.
She cut the bitch in half, yo.
So she cut it in half and still ain't offer you nothing?
She asked me. Listen, let me just be honest. She asked. She said, "Do you want some?"
Okay.
So
And I
basically,
said-
you was on the watch.
But I
stick.
was so
Yeah.
fucking mad that my hunger wasn't even there.
Yeah, your ass.
And
was
I'm saying to
mad.
myself, like, what am I eat? What am I eat?
Right.
My bad, man. I'm like, what am I eat?
Good.
What am I gonna eat? You know what I'm saying?
Right, because you got that damn iced tea, which probably made your ass even hungrier.
And it did. And then to get the bill, and I look at the bill, and the bill says 1984. I'm saying to myself, if I had ordered food,
you've been at $40.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had enough.
God, you know what I'm saying?
But I get what you're saying as far as you suggested Uno because you're thinking a slice of pizza.
And just be honest, let's just say that Uno's downtown is not a pizza place. Okay, I just found that out. Okay, a couple of years ago, it's not a pizza place. I always thought Uno's was a pizza place, but it's not. You know, so I mean, if that was the case, but see, back then, Fridays and Applebee's wasn't big like it is. You know what I'm saying?
I love both those places.
You know. But now these women today, they are just so.
Well,
where we going Friday? They'll beat you to it. Where we going Friday?
Yeah, I think they feel entitled.
And not knowing that Applebee's got. Well, don't the Applebee's got DJs in them now?
Yeah. Fridays, some Fridays do too.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, shit, you get to eat and dance.
Yeah.
What you worry about?
Because they want the whole 9 yards up front.
Now, the one thing that a lot of guys who were truthful about, now the women caught hip to that. Now they can't do that no more. So let's say if we went out on the first date, and then the second date I say, hey, you know, I want to show you my culinary skills. Why don't you come on over so I can cook for you? Now all of a sudden you can't even do that.
Girl, he trying to fuck.
Exactly. Or, you know, because I've talked
Mr.
about
Nice
this.
got it there, ain't you?
I ain't be thinking, yo.
Exactly. You know, when you start inviting us back to your house, that is kind of like the first thing we're going to think about. You know, he wants some ass. You know, or the Netflix and chill shit, because I think that's y'all cheap ass way of not taking us out on a date.
Well, I don't have Netflix, so
getting some ass.
I don't have Netflix. We can infinity on, and we can on demand. We can on demand and chill.
Are you a Netflix and chill dude?
I never had it to actually say, come over here and watch TV with me.
Okay.
The fuck. We want to watch
I think starting
off.
Tell
then you guys a bedroom in a bed.
Yeah. I keep no, I did when I had my apartment. I had a TV in the room, but I don't remember nobody watch. Yeah, somebody might have watched TV. It might want to.
Michael is straight to the point. You coming over here, you gonna get dick down. That's all of it. Ain't no TV watching, none of that
no
shit.
Relationship. Like after I wasn't married, I ain't had no relationship, so it was just like they was rendezvous. There wasn't nothing where we was just chilling. We got time to watch a whole lot of TV. No.
So when should you invite them to your home? After how many dates? I mean, everybody got quiet.
Shit, everybody.
Okay. Y'all, all three of y'all got so damn quiet.
Shit, we turned into Scooby-Doo in this
like
bitch.
That was a damn trick question or something. When should you invite them to your home?
Shit, Mike said first date.
Mike said, yeah. And I don't even know if that's a date. That's just a come over.
My whole thing is like if you give me the date in charge, I went out with women, but I probably only really dated my wife. So outside of my wife, I really never had dates. It'd be like, oh, we went out, and we may not have went out ever again, me and that person. So it's like, nah, I don't know, because I've never been in that situation outside of my wife. Everybody else was, we might have went out one time, two times, but it wasn't nothing where it was so consistency. And then I'm like, all right, you can come back to the crib. I might have already been in her crib, and then we wind up going out. So I don't know, because I've never been in that role.
Okay.
I mean,
Nick, I know you're going to be long-winded, so that's why I want
long-winded.
When I first meet a person, I really don't invite them over.
Okay.
I give them at least
I got to fill you
30
out.
days.
about five to 6 dates.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
But
yeah.
I'm lying.
Oh my God.
I'm lying.
Had me going.
I'm two and go.
What I'm saying is I got to feel you out.
Okay.
I got to feel you out in order for you to come back to my house, because the only thing that I'm thinking about is that
pussy.
if we don't work out.
You know where they know where you live.
Exactly.
And they
you know
might
what I'm
come
saying?
and mess some stuff
So,
up.
Right. So I'm kind of iffy about having, but where I live at, I mean, you can try, but one mistake off of a road you thought you was going on, and then you get lost out there where I live at. But so I don't even worry about it.
Yeah, it's a different time now. I think as women, we might not be as eager to invite you to our home.
But okay. So let's be honest. If a man invites you back to the house, to his house, does that normally mean that we trying to smash?
I think it's what we think about, but I think it depends on the relationship that you're building with that guy. If that's the first thing he suggests, that's the first thing that's going to come to mind.
I mean, if a guy invited you back to his house, do you really believe that he's just trying to fuck you, or is he just basically trying to show you, his house of how he live and different things like that or whatever?
I think it depends on the guy. I'm going to say that. I think it would depend on the guy and how long we've been dating.
Because to be honest with you, I would want a woman to invite me to her house. That way I get to see how you live. You know what I'm saying? I get to see how you live. So because, you got a lot that comes clean outside of the house.
Yeah.
But, that house is ferocious.
Right.
I mean, my house, I need to tidy up some things in my house, but, I mean, naturally, but, I'm a man.
But you live alone. So,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, shoot, if women took the same initiative like men, we'd probably be a little more happy. Invite me to your house, damn it. Invite me over for a meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that takes time. I think you're dating probably a while before you would actually get it. For me personally, it will be a while before you would be invited to my house. Because you're still going through the interview phase.
How long is that?
It depends on how the connection is going. So it could vary. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's say you're dating a guy for 2 weeks. He says, "Come on, I want you to go with me out of town for a week."
I'm not doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, he definitely trying to smash.
Exactly. And you're not going to isolate me. You know what I'm saying? I go out of town with you, and it's only been 2 weeks.
What if you got your own room?
I don't know.
What if you say, "Look, you got your own room, I got my own room"?
And I'd probably have to drive my own vehicle, too.
Okay.
Yeah, but after 2 weeks, I'm probably not.
Even if you take me to the Bahamas?
I'm probably not.
Bermuda?
It's only been 2 weeks.
Cancun? You take me to see Idris Elba?
I could take myself to all of those places.
Not Idris Elba?
So, now, if it's interest, we can negotiate.
I bet you can. See, that's the fucking problem right there. That's the fucking problem.
We could talk about it.
How long?
But even still, I don't know him. So
Ooh.
even if he says, I met him for the first time, and girl, I'm going to fly you to Paris. I don't know you like that. All I know about you is that you're an actor. That doesn't tell me what kind of person you are. So that's my answer to that. You want to take me to Ruth Chris? We
What
can talk
fucking
about
Jackie is this?
it. No, I'm serious. It doesn't
Mike,
matter.
Did you leave the real Jackie at home?
No, he knows me.
What Jackie is this?
He knows me. So if
Idris Elba came in this door right now.
I don't know him. All I know is that he's fine as hell. He's an actor, but I don't know him. So if I decide to go away with him, I run the risk of being killed and buried somewhere. Because just because he's on the big screen doesn't make him a nice person.
What do you think? You gonna R. Kelly you?
Obviously, there's a whole lot of people out there, R. Kelly and motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to watch Neverland, but I heard that was a little deep. Did you watch that, Nick?
No, I didn't watch Neverland.
Okay, everybody's been talking about that. So, I think my statement on that is this: because you see people in the limelight, it doesn't necessarily mean they're good people. They're doing a job, but their personality could be so different, you know, out of the limelight. So, and that's, you know, meeting everyday people. You know, somebody might look at me and say, "Oh, she's real nice. She's not outgoing. This, that, and the other." But that doesn't mean that's what you see up front. That doesn't mean that's how I am.
Well, see,
I am a nice person.
And like we talking about love. So, in the love and dating, the dating scene has changed. Love has changed
significantly.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, you know, people are trying to find love from all the wrong places.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not knocking the dating sites because, you know, some of the dating sites have gotten people married and they still married.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not knocking the dating sites. It's just, you know, if you're really truly looking for love, just don't put your heart into it until you really know what you're coming up against.
Yeah,
Get your
and you
mind
gotta
right first.
exactly. I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah, you gotta
focus
first.
on you, right? You can say, "Oh, I'm in love with this person," but if you don't like yourself, can you really love that person? You know, I think that's where we kind of got the game fucked up. You know, we want to be in love, but we can't stand ourselves.
Like,
So
I love you, but I hate me.
yeah, so you got to work on that because believe it or not, when you have a strong dislike for yourself, you're putting that energy out into the universe. And so you're getting all kinds of mess, you know, so take yourself first. You know, I think that love will come, but focus on loving you.
But you know what? A lot of people are so afraid because they feel like every day that they're not experiencing love, every year that they get older, they just feel like
That it's the end of the world.
that is never going to happen.
You know,
It's possible that
yeah.
it's never going to happen, and that they're not getting any younger. And you know, there are some people that wants to be married. You know what I'm saying? That's never been married before. You know, like myself. You know, that wants to be married and want to come home to a wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and different things like that or whatever. You know, now I'm not saying that marriage is a good or bad thing, because marriage can be a great thing when you got two people working for the same common goal. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to know what you want.
You can't take
yeah.
you can't take a person's marriage and just assume, oh shit, if they going through that, I ain't going through that my damn self.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people get married and they're not really sure what they're
Getting married for.
Exactly, and that's where the big problems come in. I'm definitely not the same person I was 30 years ago. So, but when you're going into a long-term relationship, you need to have a clear understanding of what it is you're hoping to get out of the relationship, and understand that once you jump the broom, tie the knot, whatever you call it, once you do that, it's no longer about you. It's about the team. And I think sometimes people have a problem understanding that it's no longer about it's about the team. So whatever decision you make has to be in the best interest of the team. So be clear on why you want to be married. I know people that have been together for years, not married, and have a great relationship. Not everybody wants to be married. You know, so it just, again, depends on you and what you're looking for. But it's not the end of the world if you're not married. Get to know yourself. Like Mike and I talk all the time, and, you know, I love going to eat by myself. I love going to the movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I know a lot of people that aren't able to do that.
And so, I don't know. Not saying I wouldn't. Not saying I wouldn't, but see, a person like you would go into, we'll use, what's the place up here? that you go to?
Oh, Glory Days.
Glory
Yeah,
Days.
because that was my every Monday
So
spot.
you'll go to Glory Days and sit and eat by yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
I never
like,
have a problem
It just
doing
seems
that.
strange when you
Nothing
just
wrong
there.
with that.
Yeah,
You just
but a
sitting there
lot of
eating by
people
yourself.
aren't able to do that. Let me tell you something. I love having a good time with me. You know, and that was my every Monday spot when I worked on this side.
Yeah, because
So-
the Monday deals.
Yeah, exactly, and that's supersized margarita. I mean, you can't
This
beat
bitch
that.
roasted.
I'm mad that they took away the shrimp zingers.
Really, I ain't
Yes.
never had that.
Oh, my
God. But I mean, I think that comes back to loving yourself and being comfortable in your own skin. Like, I know a lot of times when I was out, people would probably look at me, oh, she's alone. It probably more so bothered them than it did me, because I love to eat. I love to have a good cocktail. So if I'm by myself, I'm okay. You know, I go to the movies a lot of times by myself. I love movies. So it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I might go to breakfast, have me a book, and I'm sitting there reading. I'm okay. You know, so get to know yourself. You don't need someone to make you happy. You have to be happy with you first. And then when you find that other person, it's a plus, because you're already happy within you. So now you got somebody else to add to the mix. So I think that we need to really think about that, because it has to come back to you. You know, you have to start loving you.
Well, let me ask Mike a question. Mike, so you've been married. How long were you married for?
Let me tell you about this. Before he answers that question, on the day of his wedding, I was like, you know, you don't really have to do this, right? Let me tell you what his answer was. Yeah, I know, it's just something to do. That told me right there that marriage was over before it started.
We probably married like 5 years. We were together off and on for like 20, so we spent a lot of time together. And it was one of those things where, as though,
I might as well do it because I'm already in it.
yeah, we had our last child, so all of that kind of coincided, and it was one of those things. If this ends, this marriage, you and I ain't dealing with each other except for just as parents, because we already been down every possible road to get to this point.
I think the thing with y'all that I always liked that whenever they would break up, they always maintained a friendship. Y'all not.
Oh, she can give me hell.
Yeah, well,
it's not as innocent as everybody, because everybody can only see what they see.
yeah.
You don't have to deal with the problems that you may have to deal with, but
Right.
you know, for the most part, like I saw her the other day, and you know, she gave me a ride to the subway or whatever, but it was, you know, she always, like, because I've seen her like the last 2 weeks, and she like, you just can't keep hopping up in my family house. I'm like, but my kids, my grandkids, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming here to see you. I'm coming to see them. You can just leave, but you know, your family still love me.
Yeah.
And I can get a plate. You know what I mean? I'm good. I can get something to drink. I'm still loved, but you know, it ain't nothing got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
That's the cool part. As long as we not beefing when we, you know, we
Right,
see each other.
right. Because I think that you can still have a cordial relationship even after it's over. Some people don't want to be friends afterwards. And I never really understood that, but to each his own. I guess it's like time for us to close out. Any final thoughts?
Love yourself.
Yep.
Live your best life. Love yourself. That's the only thing to say. Live your best life. Love yourself.
And understand that the energy that you're putting out there is the same energy that you will attract.
Hell yeah.
So get yourself right before searching for love. Work on you. Until next week, everybody have a great week. And know
Well, we is
that-
going to play Mike's song, too.
Oh, yeah. Hold up.
She just said, fuck my brother.
I didn't. Nick done came for me all night, starting with the people sitting in my seat, you know.
See, she know what she did.
No, seriously, I just like, right, we're gonna listen to Mike's track called "You're Boring." It's definitely hot. So, and you can download it on all the platforms, iTunes.
All the streaming sites basically you can go to. It's on there. Norm Regular. That's the artist.
Yeah.
Big shit. What, I'm supposed to take this
Thank
whole
you for
shot?
listening to "You're Boring." Michael, tell them how they can download the music.
You can hit all your streaming sites, basically, and the song is on there. The artist is Norm Regular. He has a EP out. You can check his. I think it's The Fifth Laboratory. That song is not on there, but he has other music, and basically you can catch me on IG under DJ_MB.
You got a phone number? Or no? Okay, all right. All right, you got an email? No, all right. Okay, check us out next Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30. We're streaming on iTunes, iHeartRadio. Download the Mixxstation Radio Live app on App Store and Google Play to hear previous episodes of the Intimacy Chronicles. Peace out. Mike said,
If I had a separate phone number, yeah, it'd be something different.
You do a Google
I don't
phone.
even have one.
Yeah.